So good morning everyone. I am Miss Adina, Assistant Project Manager and the Coordinator for the upcoming workshop. So I will be leading to this meeting. Thank you for being here on time. I hope you are doing well. So before we dive in, let's take a quick moment to check in how everyone's feeling today.
Yeah, actually, I'm in good mood today.
Feels good to be here.
Feels great.
Pretty good, thanks. Looking forward to today's discussion.
Happy to hear that. So before we dive into our agenda, I'd like to take a moment to introduce each of you. So Ms. Sharifah, would you mind starting by introducing yourself?
Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Sharifah. I work as the General Counsel in Legal Department. I handle all the legal stuff, making sure everything's running smoothly and by the book.
Hi, I'm Mr. the marketing manager over in the marketing department. I'm all about creating campaigns and making sure our brand stays fresh and exciting.
Everyone, I am Miss Amira, the Operations Manager. I oversee the day-to-day activities and ensure everything runs smoothly across the departments.
Hi there, I'm Mr. Arif, the Assistant Office Manager. I make sure everything in the office runs smoothly and support the team with whatever is needed.
Thank you for the response. I would like to take this chance to congratulate Mr. Arif, our Assistant Office Manager, for being named Best Worker of the Month. His dedication, hard work, and positive attitude have truly stood out. And we're lucky to have a team. Keep up that great work, Mr. Arif.
Thank you so much for this recognition. I really appreciate it. I'm grateful to be part of such a supportive team, and it's been a pleasure working alongside all of you.
All right, everyone. Now that we have kicked things off with some great news and introductions, let's get started with today's meeting. I am excited to dive into our agenda and discuss about our upcoming event. So, has everyone received a copy of the agenda for today's meeting? This is in relation to our upcoming Speak Up, Stand Up, Act Now Harassment Prevention Workshop. So, if you have a chance to review it, could each of you share what you have read and what stood out of you? So, this will help us ensure we are all aligned as we move forward with planning the event. So,
I've reviewed the agenda. Making our workplace safer is definitely the main goal of this workshop. By engaging participants through interactive activities, we can make sure they not only understand the importance of addressing harassment, but also feel empowered to act. It's also about creating a culture where everyone feels safe and supported.
I completely agree with that. Thank you, Mr. Arif. One major benefit of this workshop is helping the employees clearly understand their rights and responsibilities at work, especially around respectful behavior and reporting processes. We will cover on how to recognize inappropriate conduct, how to respond safely, and if you or someone else faces harassment. We will also explain the protection under company policy and law, how to how to report concerns confidentially, and the support system available to them, including HR, contacts, and external resources.
Thank you for that great insight, Ms. Amira. I'd like to add that promoting a safe workplace is a central goal of harassment prevention workshop. This session helps create an environment where all employees feel respected, valued, and protected from inappropriate behavior. By educating staff on acceptable conduct, encouraging open communication, and reinforcing company policies, the workshop fosters a culture of safety and mutual respect. This not only reduces incidents of harassment and conflict, but it will also boost morale, productivity, and overall employee well-being.
I'm with you on that one, Mr. Haziq. It could really enhance what we are trying to achieve here. It includes example like offensive jokes, unwanted physical contact, inappropriate comments, or power misuse. So I read this one on social media that there is one employee often make funny comments about colleague appearance or personal life without realizing it's making other people uncomfortable. So after attending the harassment prevention workshop, this employee learns that even jokes that they are making, if it's a personal, sensitive, or targeted, can be perceived as harassment or bullying. So, for instance, calling a coworker too sensitive when they express discomfort is also a form of dismissiveness that can contribute to a toxic environment. So after make out this workshop, there might be an employee reflects on their action and stop making such a comment and apologize to colleague they may have offended.
That's exactly how I see it. People nowadays can be creepy sometimes. As for me, one of the biggest benefits of session like this is that it helps us reduce legal risk. I know it sounds a bit corporate, but it's true. When people don't fully get what harassment is or not sure what to do if they say it, things can really get out of hand fast. When that happens, we are looking at a real risk of lawsuit or formal complaints, which is very stressful for everyone. It can be tough on other people who is involved, and it can really hurt the company too. It affects how we all work together and can even damage our reputation. But here's the thing, if we are all educated and aware, we can deal with this thing early on before they get worse. If everyone knows what to do and feel comfortable speaking up, we can address issues quickly and handle them professionally. And when we do that, it doesn't just protect the company, it protects all of us. It means we can work in a place where everyone feels safe and respected. So, yeah, while avoiding legal trouble is important, it is really about creating a space where we can all working together.
You took the words right off my mouth, Ms. Sharifah. Proactively addressing workplace harassment is essential to reduce potential legal risk to the company. Harassment-related lawsuits can be highly detrimental, not only in terms of financial cost, but also in their impact on employee morale, the company reputation, and overall operational effectiveness. Early and clear action will reinforce a culture that is both safe and compliant.
Sounds good, Mr. Arif. Let's look at what we can do during the session. We can start the workshop by giving a short introduction about the purpose and goals of the session. Explaining what harassment looks like, whether verbal, physical, visual, or digital, is important, as these actions can create a toxic environment to the workers and impact their mental health, performance, and team morale in the at the workplace. We will define in detail regarding harassment and share real-world examples to ensure everyone knows what behavior is unacceptable. This can help them prevent harassment issues.
We also can start the workshop by encouraging participants to share their expectations or what they hope to learn. It is essential to clearly define the types of harassment to ensure that all employees understand the various forms of unacceptable behavior. Harassment is not limited to physical acts. It can also be verbal, psychological, or digital. By specifying these categories, we help prevent misinterpretation and ensure that all forms of harassment are recognized and addressed appropriately.
As a part of the workshop, I'd like to cover employees' rights and responsibilities to help employees clearly understand what they are entitled to rights and what is expected of them of their responsibilities in the workplace. So it ensures that everyone knows that maintaining a respectful and harassment-free workplace is not just the employee's job, but it's a shared responsibility. Employees have the right to report harassment confidentially to HR or officers without fear of retaliation or such as being demoted, fired, or treated unfairly. So clearly outlining employees' rights and responsibilities prevent confusion or common excuses like, "Oh, I don't know that was wrong," by making expectations around behavior and conduct clear to everyone. So it helps all employees understand that maintaining a respectful, inclusive, and harassment-free environment is not just a policy, but a shared responsibility where which individual plays an important role in upholding the values of the workplace. So does anyone else have any thought or ideas to share?
Yes, I would like to add some points. In a harassment prevention workshop, the key topic is educating participants about employee rights and responsibilities. Employees have the right to work in an environment free from harassment, discrimination, and retaliation. They are entitled to report any inappropriate behavior without fear of punishment or negative consequences. At the same time, employees have the responsibility to treat others with respect, to refrain from engaging in or condone any form of harassment, and to report incidents promptly and accurately. Understanding these rights and responsibilities empowers individuals to contribute to positive, respectful workplace culture and helps ensure that everyone is held accountable for their actions.
It seems like we have a couple of points here. Let's move on to the next topic. Alright, so one of the things we are going to focus on today is the consequences of harassment. And when I say consequences, I'm not just talking about someone getting suspended or even fired. Although, yes, it can happen. But what I don't want is the emotional and mental impact it has on people. Harassment can make someone feel isolated, anxious, or even unsafe at work. And honestly, that's something we should all care about. When one person feels this way, it doesn't just affect them, it affects the whole team. To see more trust fade and then collaboration gets people are less willing to share ideas or work together as a team. It creates a ripple effect where negativity spreads to others. And that's something definitely we don't want. So when I think about the consequences, it's not just about avoiding punishment or someone that has done something wrong. It's about protecting the whole team's culture and making sure we are all looking out for each other's well-being. When we don't deal with harassment, we end up hurting more than just one person. We hurt an entire team. And that's why it is so important that we take this seriously.
Thank you, Ms. Sharifah. Another good activity could be a case study review. This workshop engaged by using real-life case studies, as I said earlier, based on actual workplace incidents. These results can help them recognize harassment in different forms, such as verbal, or action, and whatever. Understand its impact and leading to appropriate responses. They will also learn how to support others, handle if they see someone being harassed, and follow company rules in real scenarios. Input matters, so we encourage open discussion and questions throughout the video demonstration. Participants will analyze how a company handled a harassment complaint and gave feedback after the video demonstration.
Excuse me, Miss Amira, may I include my thought on this matter too?
Yes, Miss.
So to make all of this a bit more real and relatable, we are going to introduce real-life case studies during the workshop. These are based on actual situations that happen in other workplaces. So they have been anonymized, of course, but they give us chance to look at how certain situations play out, what went wrong, what was handled well, and what we can learn from them. I find this example really helpful because they take things out of the abstract. Instead of just saying harassment is bad, we can also look at the real situation and think, what would I have done here, or how would I feel if that happened to me or my teammate. It sparks a better conversation and honestly, it made the whole session more engaging.
That's a valid point, and I think it might be a good idea to provide some incentives for participants. It could be something small, helpful to show our appreciation for their involvement. To help more employees join and take part in a harassment prevention workshop, it's a good idea to give them reasons to be interested. This can include things like certificates, small favors, extra break time, or being thanked in a team meeting. It's also helpful to explain that the workshop will teach them how to stay safe at work, understand their rights, and help create a respectful workplace. When people feel the training is useful and they are appreciated for joining, they are more likely to take part in this kind of workshop in the future.
That's such a good idea, Mr. Haji. Uh, I think we can add a Q&A session with the guest speaker to allow participants to ask their own questions. So anonymous Q&A sessions break the silence by giving employees the courage to speak freely without fear or judgment or retaliation, to protect their privacy by allowing them to share their experience or ask questions without exposing themselves to risk. And it can be done by using a digital platforms like Google Forms or through a physical question box where employee can anonymously submit their concerns, and then we can let the train moderator to review that anonymous question and answer them during the specific Q&A sessions. So this can prevent triggering or inappropriate content from being read aloud.
I couldn't agree more, Miss Adina. Many employees may feel embarrassed, afraid of judgment, or worried about retaliation if they ask certain questions openly, especially if they have experienced or witnessed harassment. And an anonymous format lets them speak freely without fear. If time allows, maybe we can add a short feedback session where participants share what stood out to them the most. An anonymous Q&A session can also help reveal concerns that might otherwise go unreported, such as subtle or systemic harassment. This allows the company to address the issues before they escalate. Offering anonymity in the process shows the company commitment to listening and addressing concerns seriously, which helps to build trust and encourage more active participation in the discussion.
Thank you for the support, Mr. Arif. Do anyone has something to add? No?
No.
Thank you for your valuable input and thoughtful discussions today. We covered a lot of meaningful ground in planning for our upcoming Speak Up, Stand Up, Act Now harassment prevention. So before we end, would anyone like to conclude the meeting or share a final thought?
Sure, I can wrap it up. We had a really productive discussion about the goals, benefits, and content of the upcoming harassment prevention workshop. From defining harassment to promoting a respectful culture and reducing risks, I think we're on the right track to deliver something truly meaningful. Thanks everyone for your efforts. Let's keep the momentum going.
Thank you for that conclusion, Mr. Aziz. It means so much to us. So with that, I'd like to sincerely thank each of your time, insight, and contribution. Your dedication show how committed we are to creating a workplace where everyone feels heard, respected, and safe. Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome, Miss Adina. Let's continue to collaborate together closely as we finalize the materials and prepare to deliver an impactful session. If anyone has additional ideas or feedback after this meeting, feel free to reach out.
Thank you again, and let's make the workshop a powerful step forward for all of us.
Have a great day.
Bye.
See you next meeting. Bye bye. Have a great day.